Anthony Edwards sparked a lot of debate by saying he was going to be the number one option for Team USA over the Olympics. And I don't necessarily agree with that. As a Timberwolves fan, I want to. But, you've got guys, even, currently, who are very good, like Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, who are going to demand the ball, even if Edwards can, make a case over them, besides maybe Embiid, for being the best scorer out of that group. All those guys, they're very capable in their own right. But then you've also got guys who, even as they're aging, have shown great longevity and can still hoop at an extremely high level and be the lead option, whether it's Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, or even Kawhi Leonard, even though he struggles with injuries. Anthony Edwards is not going to be the number one option for the Olympics this year. But I believe that come the next World Cup, come the next Olympics in 4 years, Anthony Edwards will be the number one option for Team USA, in my opinion. Guys like Steph, guys like LeBron, KD, they might not be there next go-around. And I believe that at that point, Anthony Edwards will have ascended to just another level. He's a playoff riser. He did really good for Team USA in the last World Cup when they didn't bring in their A-team. And, at that point as well, a guy, Kawhi Leonard, also won't be there most likely. And a guy like Joel Embiid, he's had an injury history. He might be on the decline. Same with Anthony Davis. Anthony Edwards will be the number one option come the next Olympics for Team USA. I firmly believe that, although he is not now. He has all the talent in the world. He has all the drive in the world. And even though he's not going to be the number one option right now for Team USA, that's all right. He is one of the better defenders they have on this roster. Obviously, you've got guys like Embiid, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum. You've got some Kawhi. You've got some very good defenders on this roster. The Edwards is right up there. He was an elite two-way player for the Minnesota Timberwolves this year, especially in the playoffs. 30 points a night while clamping down on the other end. And sure, that's aided by having guys like Jay McDaniels and Nikhil Alexander-Walker to help him, Rudy Gobert. But Anthony Edwards is a great defender in his own right, and once again, going back to him having a good supporting cast, he's got a good supporting cast here too. Guys like Embiid, guys like Kawhi, as I said. So Edwards, he doesn't need to be the number one option to have a great impact for Team USA this year. Anthony Edwards, even if he's, fourth in scoring or something, if he's putting clamps down on the other teams in the Olympics, he's going to be a very vital contributor for Team USA. You saw a guy like Andre Iguodala win Finals MVP in 2015 for holding LeBron to, 30 points a night. And Anthony Edwards could very well have that same impact going up against guys like, Dennis Schroeder, Jose Alvarado, who I love, but obviously they aren't going to be number one options in the NBA, even if they have all the talent in the world. So he'll be able to lock down some guys on defense, so he doesn't need to score to be an impactful player. And I feel like a lot of that is lost in the modern NBA, where you see a guy like, Donovan Mitchell average 28, and so many guys, they just score a lot. And Donovan Mitchell's not a good example. Donovan is not a good example. He's a great player. But, a few years ago, Bradley Beal, he averaged 30 points a game. I don't believe he made the All-Star team that year. And a lot of people, they look at it as empty stats. And to an extent it was. And that's because scoring is not everything. The Wizards were not a winning team at that point with Bradley Beal as their lead option. And you have to be able to win as well as contribute stat-wise. Same thing with, Jaylen Brown. Tatum's the number one option on that Celtics team. But Jaylen Brown, he's able to lock in on defense. He's going to score consistently night by night, whether or not Tatum does or doesn't, because Tatum has his inconsistencies. So I think with a combination of defense and scoring, Anthony Edwards will be a very vital contributor for Team USA, although he is not the number one option. He does not need to be. If you enjoyed this video, it would be great if you could find it in you to like, subscribe, maybe check out the full podcast on Spotify, follow us on there, follow us on Instagram. I know realistically this podcast isn't going to go anywhere ultimately, whether it's via the segments on YouTube or the entire podcast itself. But I want to get into the sports broadcasting business. I want to be able to promote thought-provoking discussions about the NBA, and I would love to do it via State of the Association. Thank you if you made it all the way through.